Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now with the grande finale of this tournament. The two teams we have are ANBU and we have the lovely team of Quale. I am still Alenville, and with me is Nick as well because we
Hey,
didn't get to leave.
we're held hostage here. We're forced to cast these games. No, but we're starting this finale off on Junkertown. We've already seen Ambu look very strong. They still have lava in, so no substitution back for us. Um, but yeah, Tilko, we haven't seen them so far, so I'm looking forward to see what they can bring to the table and to show us how strong and worthy they are of winning this whole thing. It looks like they're pulling up with a May Deathwall composition, which I don't really like on this map because it's so incredibly open, so it's harder to split people off. But it looks actually like they're just gonna rush into the enemy spawn because Darth Murloc, yes, the Sith Lord himself, is already up front with his apprentice Darth Sock.
Yep, they're both very threatening. Murlocs are anyway threatening. Anybody who played Warcraft knows how it's dangerous. And oh, they caught them off there. There's both of the tank of the ANBU team are trapped there. Shadow Dragon is actually putting up a good fight. Beats Darth Murloc there, so that was a surprising moment actually. And now they have to use the walls to actually escape there. Darth Talk goes down as well, and Shadow Dragon doesn't have enough. They need another kill, and now we see ANBU hunting for victims.
And it's a great counter charge by Shadow Dragon, putting Murloc onto the ground, and at that point the payload kind of gets you out of LOS from your healers. So it's not really a payload anymore, it's more of like a death trap, I would say. And that's why they could get the first kill. And now they're already pushing in with Lava, getting close to the rocket barrage, which could lead to a lot of early momentum, especially if Indris is already gone.
Yeah, Indra's already gone. Darth Murloc unfortunately didn't hit anybody with their charge, and there is a nice kill on the McCree. And now we see two coalescence once again. Darth Talk does take out Lava there, so there is that point going on for that one. We do have to see both sides going out. And we do see a Sombra now, and Shadow Dragon is actually hacked. Nice shatter there. They can take advantage of that. Darth Murloc is now pushing forward as far as he can. Nefek is holding on as good as they can, but it's not enough, and we finally have a turnaround here.
Yeah, and you might see the Shadow as kind of a waste of an ultimate, but I would prefer to see it like as a security. You're not entirely sure you're gonna win that fight. They might prolong it and eventually drag it out, and now you're completely sure, and you can all the way push them back into their spawn with Grav.
That Graviton can help out, buys them a lot of time. Darth Murloc to take down Nefix during that one, and we do have Subastic being taken down by Darth Sock there, and we do see them fleeing once again on the side of ANBU.
Yeah, Nefex got just unlucky. He got caught on the other side of the wall, while their teammates couldn't move in to help him because they were also stuck to our wall. There's a nice shadow from long range.
Yeah, Lava gets a good answer there with one kill with the rocket barrage. Unfortunately, not much else could be put out of that one. And there's now a Graviton from Nefix. They're going into that one. They're trying to break the barrier, and unfortunately lets go of the barrier and gets shot by that Hainu. We do see them now pressuring towards the Widow, who is now fleeing out of the Indris, is going in there trying to look for a fight there. With the Sombra, they've been having a lot of success actually. Shadow Dragon does take down Indris for this one. And now they're pushing once again forward. There is the Coalescence now being thrown out there, and these fights are jumping back and forth, and right now it's once again in advantage of Quale.
Yeah, but with that kill, it might actually be turned back because the spawns for Tilko are a little bit further away, and they're gonna get Murloc here as well. They're so disjointed, Tilko, and they're gonna be falling one by one. Especially Indris hasn't had a single EMP yet, so they need to get it quick. There's a good kill though, so there's a small chance now for Tilko to get back in this. Indris can get the EMP, and they can probably get a good grab off the back of it. Nice kill.
Yeah, Indris hasn't had an EMP yet, but a lot of input in these fights already as a Sombra, which you do like to see from your Sombra being done there. And once again, a hack on Shadow Dragon, so Shadow Dragon doesn't have a barrier right now to put up there. There is the big EMP there. One kill instantly off. The Shadow Moon is trying to find a way to get out of jail there. Nefix is actually on the point with Subastic there. They do take down the Lucio there, so they do have a chance of this one. Injus is once again on the point, trying to hold on. Murloc tries to get the shadow off. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out there. It just gets put on a single situation there. Darth Murloc goes down there. Owain goes down as well. This could finally be their chance to hit the point, and they barely do it on time.
Oh, yeah, and the McCree, I'm not gonna even try to pronounce his name, is just in the backline the whole time shooting. And it's odd that he's there because McCree isn't the most mobile healer, but somehow they get it done. And look at the Widow's position right now, so aggressive, tries to look for a single kill with the info side, because that single kill could basically snowball Tilquil back into this fight. There it is.
And there is actually a Graviton already from the team of Telquel. They're going in there. Shadow Dragon gets a kill on Darth Sock. Nefix gets an answer kill, but Buska gets a kill on Shadow Dragon. And Nefix is doing the best they can. Do take down Darth Murloc on this one. We do see now the Zarya fight being decided by the Tracer. And with this, ANBU can still push forward.
Yeah, and a very weird fight there, but eventually they drag it out long enough. The Sith Lords aren't able to pull it through for Tilquil. Now they need to get back quickly, and they need to make good use of this coalescence, or second point is going to be easily taken with the Shatter for
Yeah, we see them going forward. Darth Murloc actually gets taken down by the pulse bomb, so this is really an opening. They want to have Nefix takes down 2 of that one, and now even the coalescence can't save them anymore. Lava gets shot down by the Widow, but doesn't matter. There's a res, and they get the second point.
Yeah, and now they need to backpedal a bit on the side of Tilquil, but you don't want to give up this good position. And look at the Reinhardt. Shadow Dragon is just swinging in there. But the weird thing is now they switch over to a double shield composition for Tilquil, but not with your average Sigma, but with a Rein Orisa. So it's going to be a lot more shielding and a lot more constant bunker damage, while the Reinhardt is able to swing freely.
Both coalescence are out. One Shadow Dragon gets a good shatter. The MP is a good answer. This could really help him out, since that was, even if it's a defensive one, it helps him in quite a good situation. There is Copycat, who just hit the floor by the Widow. Nefix get a good kill on Indris there, who has been putting in work through the fights right now. Shadow Dragon is still living there on the enemy team, just fighting through there. Unfortunately, Lava runs into the Reinhardt. Earth Shatter goes through there from Darth Merla, and it looks like finally Tilquil get a breather here. But nope, no. Sebastic does say no and gets 2 out of that one. Indris is now on the Reaper, goes into the enemy team, can't really do much out of that one, and we're still having a constant fight. Now the Widow goes down as well for Tilquil, and we see Buska just running away. Bunker, there is the Supercharger being thrown down. They're trying to protect as good as they can. Shadow Dragon goes into the backline, takes both supports out of this fight already. Copycats gets Lava back up there, but Indris gets 2 kills. Indris and the Hanzo gets 2 kills. The Lava takes down Darth Murloc, so this fight is pretty spread out. Nefix is on high charge. They're going in there, gets the Graviton there, and they can hold on to this point, maybe. Darth Shock is trying to do as they can the best. There is now a Wrecking Ball in there as well. Darth Shock and Darth Murloc are once again together there, trying to pressure out the Coalescence being there. Nefix still with high charge here, going through the whole fight here. Darth Murloc now doing the Wrecking Ball thing with just turning around the point, but we still do have Babuska who's going down. Indris is doing what they can with this. Reaper goes down as well. Now they have a Tracer there. The Tracer's in there doing the best they can. Another victim falling there. They're not getting anything out of this one. They're not stalling really well here. Just losing member after member. The Wrecking Ball is back into the fight once again. Now we even have the Blade. The just pocketed Blade and just going in there. Babuska once again down. Can somebody touch the point? Darsock is there as well as Indris. They're going into the point. Darsock is there going down. Indris as well. And finally the payload hits 0. And 0 time on the bank.
I'm not even gonna try to break that down. That was so chaotic. I felt the same thing when I watched American football. I have no idea what's going on and it takes ages. Eventually they get it over the line. ANBU, they get all 3 points in overtime, but still getting it all the way is huge, of course. Now, Tilquil is forced to get it over the line themselves as well. And I honestly think they have a good chance of doing it because they weren't bad on their defense at all.
Yeah, they weren't bad, and the kind of thing is, which I felt during the whole matchup, Indris was really good on the Sombra. The thing is, you didn't see the flashy MP plays, so you didn't see like the Sombra moments where you're like, yes, there you can see that. For example, one time, Shadow Dragon's shield was down, and they just had a great shatter from Darth Murloc there at the same time. So
Yeah.
they did the more subtle plays, which does help out quite a bit, but interesting comp. I don't think we'll see this comp roll out for the side of Tailquell.
I'm expecting Lava to pull off like the Doomfist emote glitch where he gets up on the high ground by just emoting. I really want to see it just for the fun of it. But yeah, they're rolling out on a Torbjorn attack round. There's still possibility Indris switches, which I kind of expect actually, because Simtorp doesn't seem very plausible. But okay, they're actually gonna come out with it. So I'm guessing the idea is they TP on like a good high ground position, so the Torbjorn turret can be set up easily. But look at Lava; he's already in the backline hunting for the Zenyatta.
Yeah, but the Torbjorn turret is kind of a protection charm right now for them for a while, so they do have that one. They're not really getting much out, but the Torbjorn and the Symmetra are pressuring them quite a bit back, so they can't really take advantage of what's going on. Darth Murloc does lose the mech, so there is an issue. They're going on. Lava jumps in once again, but there are Symmetra turrets waiting for Lava wherever he goes. Nefex takes down the Symmetra there. The Coalescence is being thrown out, and this could be really the time to push for the side of them. But unfortunately, there is the Shatter. Shadow Moon actually lives through that one, and they turned it quite a bit around against that Shatter. Owain is now being charged into a corner. The Torbjorn turret could take down Shadow Dragon, but Shadow Dragon is holding on for his team, just causing some more chaos, and Lava does some work there. And Shadow Moon actually looks like he's getting out of there, and they take down the Symmetra as well.
Yeah, and Lava is actually doing work on the Doomfist, which you shouldn't really expect since it's a very open map, and Doomfist, I mean, it's in the name, he's close range, he's only strong as long as his fist can reach your face. And now they're switching over to the Roadhog as well. They're looking for the kills. I think he's gonna play a bit of a bodyguard role to Darth Sock from the Doomfist.
That could be an option. We do see already the Molten Core. There is the... Unfortunately, that was enough damage to actually out-damage the Transcendence there. I was going to say the Transcendence could actually save their bacon there, but unfortunately it doesn't happen that way. And Tailquell Turn is still around.
Yeah, and of course, the Doomfist Meteor Strike is a lot of burst damage, and Zen's healing is, or Zen's Transcendence rather, is only good against slow overtime damage. So that's why the Big Bang combo works really well. And now they're already dropping on the point. They need to get in here quickly.
They're getting in there quickly. We see Lava going on to Darth Murloc, but unfortunately they can't do much about that one. And Lava is actually out of this fight already. One Shatter, unfortunately, went into a shield, so Shadow Dragon doesn't have that one now. The Coalescence are going on either side. Shadow Dragon gets a good charge on Robuska, but there is a Coalescence waiting for that one as well. Darth Murloc now pulls out the whole hawk, kills Shadow Dragon with that one. Darth Sock takes down Shadow Moon. This could be their chance to reach the point, and they will do just that.
Yeah, and I think the ultimate from Darth Murloc is very crucial there. Originally failed to push Nefex into a corner and kill him there, but he still managed to get a kill on the Reinhardt and push a lot of the other members away straight into the waiting arms of the McCree and Indris to take them down. So it's more of a displacement tool in this case than pure for the damage, and they still hold on to an Earth Shatter. So if he doesn't whiff it this time, they might be able to get a good fight win out of this.
And unfortunately, that Shatter didn't hit the targets I think they wanted to. Molten Core is being thrown out once again. A bit more scattered out of the locations. Barboska takes down Shadow Moon. This could be really their chance to move forward. Nice hook there, actually. Pulls him actually into the Molten Core, but the Hanzo doesn't even get to see the Molten Core before it happens. And once again, Tailquell win this fight dominantly.
And I really like the switch from Murloc. It shows more and more that his Roadhog is very strong. He's hitting a lot of hooks on the enemy target, and I think he basically denies Lava from playing the game, which is very hard since he's on Doomfist, and Doomfist is designed to not let other players play the game. So I think he's doing a very good job in protecting his Zenyatta, which in turn keeps him alive through Grapnel Surges.
Yeah, and the Dragon Strike is now into the back. Can that split them up enough to really do what they want to do? They are getting a lot of pressure. Now we have both Coalescence going out once again. Darth Murloc is still there. They're looking for some more damage. There is a Deadeye. Unfortunately, another shield goes into another. The Deadeye does claim a victim. Lava takes on the McCree on the backline. Shadow Dragon is going on Barboska. Darth Murloc takes on Lava. This fight is just getting messier and messier by the moment. Darth Murloc is holding on as good as he can, gets another good hook in there, pulls out the whole hog. Can he burst somebody out of this one? But unfortunately, not happening.
And unlucky as well, Indra's turret got caught on the other side of the door, which of course closes, so there was no opportunity there. And look at how far they're pushing in. They want to show that they're big boys, and they want to push in there with those tank ultimates. Because of course, if it goes wrong, you still have a good get out of the jail free card with your Q. That's a good split off with the Dragon Strike, and now they're pushing them all the way into the spawn doors.
Yeah, and Idris is actually in the enemy team as the Reaper there. Couldn't really do the damage they wanted to do, and they're just keeping them off and not splitting them up quite a bit actually, because you can see both of the DPS were on completely different locations there.
Yeah, and I've praised last match ANBU for their good Craft Dragon combos, but they seem to be lacking right now. Hanzo's throwing out dragons very discoordinated from his Zarya.
And once again we have both Coalescence going out. Now we have the Transcendence, so both ults are already, support ults are forced out of Tail Quail there, and we can see how this one will turn around. But Tail Quail do take 3 victims already, so it worked out in the end, but that could be spelled disaster in the next fight.
And that's where you see, if only you still had the Graph Dragon combo, you might have won that fight. And that's where it comes back to haunt them. And now even switch Mega, but it's really, you use the Dragon before you have the Graph, and then you use the Graph before you have the Barrage, so now it all falls onto Lava's shoulders to get them back in this fight and win them right here, because else they're just gonna have to stall onto the point.
Yeah, Lava can't do much about that one, gets hooked instantly, gets obliterated thanks to that one, and the Valkyrie was a bit too late. There's a Shatter now actually going through. Copycat does bring Lava back into the fight. Let's see if they can find something about that one. Lava does get 2 with that Rocket Barrage, so there is a saving grace there, and once again we see them, ANBU, holding on by the skin of their teeth, but still winning this fight.
And it's again Darth Murloc with very good hooks, or a very good hook accuracy, I should say. Takes the far clean out of the sky and takes it down. Lava is lucky that Copycat is there with the Resurrection and eventually wins in the fight, because Lava got such a good barrage off. And now they need to fight with just the Shatter into a lot of damage coming through. Good stuff.
And we have a High Noon going out. A Death Blossom in the back. Injus gets 2 with that one. Lava is once again rest up after that fight, but this cost ANBU so much there, and we see them running backwards once again. They do have 2 ults for the next fight, but it's gonna be close.
I mean, if they get on here quickly, they can use the Shatter and the Coalescence to kind of contest this point, and then while no one's looking, the Deadeye can come through big. There you can see it already.
Yep.
Looking for an angle.
Unfortunately, didn't find that angle. The Shatter goes through, gets 2 out of that one, but there's the counter Shatter, and that one was a much better one. Shadow Moon is now holding on to the point with Nefix together. Lava is there as well. They're trying their best. Lava goes out of this fight, and Copycat was gone as well. And right now, Nefix is holding on to this point. Can't do anything about the Shadow Dragon on the Wrecking Ball coming in. They do bring out once again a Tracer there to hold on. Unfortunately, the Wrecking Ball gets charged into the wall. Tracer goes down. Copycat is now onto the payload. Just gets taken out. We are closing in on overtime again. Justice goes through, and we have 1-3 versus 1-0.
It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but yeah. I want to show kind of the Reinhardt mind games there. The McCree ultimate, the Deadeye, was solely used to break down the shield of what's his name? Who was the Rhine player? Baboska, right?
Yeah, Baboska was in the fight.
Okay, so they solely used the Deadeye to break down the Rhine shield, and then Shadow Dragon goes for a hammer or a Earth Shatter on the enemy team. But Baboska actually moves to the side so they can get a good counter Shatter while no one's paying attention. And they're all like hungry to get the kills out of the Shatter, and then he gets a free counter Shatter to get them all over. So that's a great mind game play. But look at this, Lava is teasing the Bastion on the attack round. They want to go for the classic pirate comp.
Protect El Presidente at all times. But I'm missing something from the good old pirate ship. Nefix is not on the right character for that good old pirate ship, you know?
No, where's the Orisa? We can't sing about rum if we don't have an Orisa. That's not correct. No, but I think he can make it work, especially with the Mei. Mei basically acts like another wall. Although Bastion can't shoot through the wall, it's still a bit of protection for him. But Darth Sock anticipated with this, or on this, and is already running the Ana, and that's a huge sleep dart. This delays the fight so much.
Yes, but I love how instantly we saw Shadow Dragon standing there. We're protecting this Bastion at all costs, no matter what is going. And I like how Indris is actually sitting around the corner already, and Zbastik wins that fight against the Widow, which is a bit harder as a Mei. We do see Baboska actually going on Lava. Lava is already out of that fight. There wasn't even the immortality failed to save them, and Baboska and his team clean up that fight.
I mean, what you need to do against the Bastion is basically prevent Bastion from setting up, and that sleep dart combined with the aggressive play is really what they did. It took so long to set up, they could Toko could immediately get in there and prevent the Bastion from really getting a good angle.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And Indris is flanking once again, looking for the opening in the back line. They just need to take the people off of the payload. They don't need to kill everybody. But unfortunately, they're not getting that. Lava takes down Wayne. There is actually a good charge. Right far forward, Shadow Moon went there. And the brawl is still breaking out. Shadow Dragon just get a kill. If they can get the first point, I think they can win this off of that instantly.
Yeah, I think so too, and they need to get on there quickly. But Lava is not on the Bastion anymore, so it's going to be a lot easier to retake the point. If they can even get someone on there. Okay, that's a big kill. So Indris now needs to feed onto the point if they want to have a shot, and he's too late.
Too late, Indris goes down, and they're pushing forward, so this time will be really hard to break down. Honestly, right now, Quale can't afford to lose any fights in their time already, and the payload's still moving forward.
Look at Baboska.
Yeah.
Look at Baboska. He's setting up for the flank slam from downtown. There it is, completely whiffed into nothing.
Yeah, but they C9'd him. They C9'd him. Gotta say that.
With the incredible gravitic flux, holds everyone off the point, and at that late into the game, the overtime is just gonna rush down so quickly. So yeah, if you're lifted up in the air, you can't touch the point, and then you're gonna Charlie 9, of course, although a bit forced.
Yeah.
It's not a full C9, right?
Yeah, it's not a full C9. It's a forced one, and honestly, gotta say, was still respectable. Gotta say that. I didn't know that Sigma could do that, but I've rarely seen a Sigma really do it in some coordinated.
I've only seen it on like Noob Hunter or something. Never on actual matches or even in my comp games. But yeah, still. But take a look at this. This is the full Bastion pirate ship protect the president's threat. And they're still switching. What are they gonna do?
I love how they have a Bastion and a Torbjorn right now.
I mean, we always know as soon as you focus on the Bastion, the other DPS is gonna pop off. We saw that last match. So I'm really expecting Indris to pop off on the Torp. And I'm really expecting the whole team of Quale to pull out a better Bastion than ANBU did on their attack round. But even though they still got like one checkpoint, so it's still very winnable for ANBU.
Yeah, ANBU's in a good situation. That's one thing we have to keep in mind. We do have the Bastion onto the pirate ship, so we are setting sail. Nothing is really going out, and there goes Lava. So one shot is already out of there, and the pirate ship is still sailing heavily forward. And as I said during the defense round, they can't let any fight go out of their hand right now on the side of Quale. They have to just push forward as much as they can, and they're doing exactly that. They're just holding on to this Bastion. Now we have the Torbjorn on the side. Shadow Dragon gets out of there, drops the shield, gets taken out. This is what you have to be aware of with this right now. Lava is looking for some shots there, gets taken down once again. The payload's still moving forward. They get pulled back. The Bastion actually takes Nefix out of there, and now they're in a really bad situation.
I mean, do you know like the Bastion cinematic short where he just mows down a couple of trees?
Yeah,
That's what I feel like I'm watching right now. He's just mowing down the enemies like they are the trees in that short. But now just 20 meters to go, so I think as soon as he hits the tank button, they're gonna lose Tilquill, because as soon as he hits the tank button, he can't just shred through everyone anymore. And I think it's easier to capitalize on a Bastion while he's moving than while he's set up completely. So I'm looking forward to see how he's gonna play it.
Actually, he hits the tank button, takes down 2, so I don't think that tank button is a danger for them. That is a third one going down. Lava is doing his best, but nothing to do. The Bastion take down once again, and only the May is the lone survivor to tell the tale. Gets charged off into oblivion, and Tailquil actually win this round.
Wow, to tell the Tilquill, yeah. I was expecting him to get down easy, but instead the Bastion just, wow, blows everyone up immediately with tank mode. Very good shots from them. As we take Junkertown after a thrilling 5-4 map, and that will be 1-0 up, as we see Indra's miss a lot of shots on the Reaper. I think we'll go for the next one.
And we will go on the next map, which will be Hanamura. So we could see more Torbjorn, we could see maybe more Symmetra, we can see a lot more.
I'm looking forward to the Sim teleport strat. It's always a hit or miss. It's either just immediately hit a first point take, or just complete the demolish or the demolition. It's very hard today.
Yeah,
I'm having a lot of trouble.
Well, sometimes that happens, but it always brings a great spectacle. That you have to say about the Sim teleporter strat. It's always a spectacle. Whatever happens, we have something to talk about.
It's always fun. Well, and one thing as well, Hanamura is very suitable for snipers. So I would be expecting a lot of Widowmakers and Ashes and Hanzos to pull up and go for a couple of kills. I think even though Ashe looks like a stronger Widow version right now, I think we could see some good Widowmaker play right here on the defense as well as the offense. There's a lot of high ground and weird window thingies you can grapple to where you can get a good angle from. So hopefully we're going to see some of that Widow v Widow action.
Could be an option, but right now we do see the team of Detergent Association saying, no, we want to go with the Symmetra strat.
Wrong team. It's Tilquill, not Detergent, but yeah.
ANBU, yeah, wrong team, yeah. I don't know why I had that in mind still. ANBU, anyway. ANBU has now the Symmetra in mind. Sorry for that little misplay, but it could be interesting how that goes out, especially with the Junkrat there for Tailquill.
I think if Lava doesn't get a good Mei wall up to protect everyone from the TP, or coming through the TP, that Inris is gonna have a tire in less than like 10 seconds. An instant tire. They may even like to switch off the Symmetra as soon as they realize there's a Junkrat on the other side. But it looks for now like they're gonna stick with it.
It looks like they're gonna stick for this for now. They're looking for an opening. You can really see how they're thinking about that situation right now. I'm waiting for this teleporter to suddenly pop up and just see the whole chaos breaking out, but right now we do see the usual Hanamura thing we see a lot of time. The Buska gets the first kill on Lava, so there will be no wall to protect anymore. It was a bit too hot for that Mei there, and oh, that is a nice shatter, and there goes 2 of those, and he doesn't need the teleporter for a tire, it looks like.
Oh yeah, and I have a lot of questions now for Boska's in trouble. I have a lot of questions right now for ANBU. They're just speed is of the essence to kind of get in a good spot for the TP, and they're not running a Lucio, and they're just standing around even when the shield is broken, even when they get halted back in. They're just standing there menacingly, and they're not doing anything, and then they get killed with a shatter and with a tire, just like Indris, ending the fight very, very early on. And now they're back to spawn. And there's no more Sim.
Yeah, there's no more Symmetra, which is understandable because they didn't really pull the trigger on that strategy, but it could be interesting how they will play around that. I feel like they're falling into the normal cob trap you kind of have on Hanamura, where both teams are standing across each other, and look through the doorway and think, I want to push in, but I don't really want to actually. And we do see a blizzard now being thrown out, so this could actually get them the range they want to. But a nice shatter there. It was a good counter shatter, and it did cost, unfortunately, ANBU their lives once again.
And I really want Copycat to go over to the Lucio, because with this comp you need to be fast, you need to be quick, and since those heroes that are being played aren't very quick in general, you need the speed boost very badly. But somehow, after watching Copycat play Mercy for the past 4 maps, I'm starting to get the feeling they're a Mercy one trick, so I wish they would go over to the Lucio.
Could be a situation, but Babushka takes one down, and the Widow takes another one down, and that kind of halts once again the chance for them to really do something about that. And Indris is working on another tire.
Wow. Indris is just, well, holding left click, I should say, really. And I don't know why Shadow is sticking around for so long. He's basically giving free ult charge, even though it isn't really necessary because almost all ults are available for Tail Quale. It's still not good to give your enemies free ult charge. There it is, tire.
We're waiting for the tire now to strike again, and Shadow Dragon goes down to the tire once again, and we're at 55 seconds left for them to actually push in. They don't really have much to do, and they're holding on a bit too much, I feel like.
And they're still standing still just in the middle of nowhere without a shield. And this is what I mean, after almost 4 minutes, they've only once pushed past the doors, and that is when the Blizzard zoned everyone away. Good Shadow.
Oh, that is great, Shadow. There is an answer. So they did open it up now with the Graviton Surge. There is the Supercharger being down there, and this could cost a lot of damage right now onto them. They do have to use the Coalescence and the Valkyrie to get something out there, and Copycat is just pulling out the Blaster, not even healing his team up at that situation. Shadow Dragon gets rezzed up for that situation, and they take down Indris, and they barely claim the point with that one.
Finally. It took so long to get the ults up, and it took so long to actually press W past the gates, that I don't even think it's very deserved that they take the point right here. But eventually they do, because of their superior play in the last fight, and now they're coming up with almost the blade, and with the shatter, and the dragon. So I think at this point you should just use the dragon without a graph, because the graph is very far away. But not if that happens. Then your Hanzo is just gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they get just enough time to finish off the blade and the dragon, and perhaps even Nefix should be able to get the graph right here.
Yeah, Nefix is working hard to get that graph. Gotta say, with 90% already up, that was a good jump they did have there. We see Lava going in there, but Nefix goes down, and Lava goes down as well. So they are having a slight break, and once again you can see ANBU sitting back.
And it honestly pains my mind that they're just they let one of the teammates die, and then instead of kind of that's a feat. Instead of just backing out, fully regrouping, they push in, but not fully commit. They only push in like halfway, which makes sure they don't get any point percentage, but they do get all the damage dealt onto them. So it's a bit of a misplay, just going for like the half-assed attack round.
Yeah, Nefix is now pushing in, but they do get the tire. I was thinking, no, this tire could be dangerous. They're just moving on to the point. They do get the Graviton. They do get the Dragon. They do win this fight out of that one. Darth Murloc is now fighting Lava up top. Meanwhile, Indris is trying to hold on to the point as good as they can. Babushka and Indris are actually getting something out of this one, but barely not enough. And the superior team fighting they do display on their occasions does take them through this map.
And this is what I mean. This time they didn't just stand around. The Reinhardt actually pushed past them onto the point, basically forcing them to, or forcing Tail Quale to focus on the point rather than just spamming down Shadow Dragon's teammates. And that's why you win the fight. If you did that last time around, you could have won even without a Zarya. But of course, the Graph Dragon really helped in winning that fight. But still, drawing the attention away was so much more important than basically feeding your teammates into the Junkrat tire.
Yeah, that was one of the things, but now we will see both teams set up on opposite sides. Let's see. I have a feeling we'll see Tail Quale push a bit faster, I feel like, but we're going to see another Symmetra.
I mean, it's Dronomura for a reason. We're going to go to extra rounds, I think. I have good faith that Tail Quale is going to take at least 1 point, maybe, probably even the second. And they're also not teasing a Lucio so far, so I think they're gonna fall to the same mistake with the Sim TP strat. But Lava though is on the Ashe, so that could be a big difference from the Widowmaker. Of course, Ashe shoots a bit faster and is a little bit stronger against the TP because she can just dynamite straight into the TP, and everyone coming out of it, well, gets burned.
Yeah, that is one thing I'm thinking about, but I see the Brigitte, and that's sort of a half tank and a good brawly character, which will benefit from the TP actually being there.
But it's not Lucio.
Yeah.
So it might annoy them, but they do get a TP safely. However,
Yeah, they TP'd safely. Nice charge actually from Babushka, and they're fighting actually onto the point. They got 2 ticks off of that already, and now the fight is suddenly breaking out. But it's costing them so much more. And there is the Brigitte with the stun there. Copycat is looking for a res. Indris does claim Shadow Moon, and Shadow Dragon is out of there as well. Copycat is now in a bad situation, gets down as well. There's a Coalescence when Nefix and Sebastic is holding on there, but unfortunately they can't do it, and that is already the first point gone.
And I'm questioning, how did Babushka stay alive there? He charged all the way into the backline of the enemy team, all the way into the backline of ANBU, and he just doesn't get punished. He stays alive, gets back to his team, and even gets a frag off the back foot. And now they're using the TP because they got first point so easily and get immediately on there.
That Murloc goes down in that fight, Indris as well, so are a lot of answers right now, but Ruska is holding on as good as he can, goes down to that Deadeye, and now the rest of the team is just trying to retreat out, get what you can out of this fight, maybe get some ults off of that one, but they have to be aware what the next fight will be.
Wow, and what I don't understand is you already lost 2 people, there's a Deadeye zoning you away, and they apparently all decide, Reinhardt has an ability called Steadfast, we're all gonna hold our ground and stay right here, just like our brave Crusader. And eventually they just get chopped off, even though they could have easily taken the TP back to their own team and not fed like a full ult bank to the enemy team. Because if you look at the corner, you see 4 check marks, you see Lava already on 91%, and it's only the McCree really far away because he just used the ult. But there is a lot to counter for Tilpo. They have almost everything. If they get a good shadow here, they could get a good fight win and an enormous time bank.
Yes, and we are seeing as they go out. The Shadow, unfortunately, is not that what they wanted. There's a Graviton, so they do only get Babushka out of that one. They do force the Coalescence as well, and a Valkyrie actually out of that one. So they forced a lot of ults for this situation. They are still holding on somehow. And that will be the fight. Darth Murloc is now retreating wanted to retreat out of there, and now they're brawling actually on the plaza there in the garden. Indris gets a kill. Nefix is dropping dangerously low. They do take down Indris, and this is becoming a mess pretty fast.
Yeah, and but the thing is, you said it, they use a lot of ultimates on the side of ANBU, and Tilpo, they only use 2, and they still have a massive time bank because, well, ANBU basically C9 the whole first point. So there's still a lot to work with if they are able to hold the high ground here, or go for a good TP. It looks like they're setting up for a sneaky one. They can get very, very far with just the tire and the bongo. They're going up right now.
Yeah, they actually not going up there, just being on the point. Bob comes in there. Let's see what he can do with this one. The tire actually takes 3 out of there. Bob was doing his best. Unfortunately, couldn't do enough. There is still the supercharger there, and this time bank could cost them so much right now.
I mean, I don't understand why Lava. Okay, I was thinking maybe if the shadow hits, they can get something huge, but I don't understand why Lava just straight up throws himself on that point before even a single tick is taken. You're an Ashe, you're not gonna get work done on close range. Why don't you just stay on high ground, get a couple of kills, jump in last second so your teammates can recontest for a 5v6, and maybe even finish off that the Bob that you were closing in onto. Then maybe they could have even held on to second point for just a little longer, and now you're facing the 3-minute time bank.
Yeah, and you have to get past that first point again.
Yeah, definitely. And remember, kids, for your own comp games, you can easily forfeit like 1 or 2 ticks as long as you are in a good position to take or hold them before they get the third. So that is a bit of a big brain play from good players like me. And I mean, yeah, and now they need to go for a full attack round, even on, or for a full first point attack round. Sorry.
Yeah, they need to basically take the first point to really go something out of that one, and hopefully we can see something go through this one. But right now we see both teams setting up as they usually do. We do see the Symmetra once again. Maybe this time the teleporter will be a bit faster. We hope this, but the time bank will force them to actually push through. You just don't want to have the basic comp moment you have there is on Hanamura where you just stand in front of the door. That's just not what you want to do.
I'm honestly surprised they don't have a Bastion this time around. I was kind of hoping for it. I think Hanamura is one of the stronger Bastion maps on defense. One of the few where it's actually possible to hold people with a Bastion, even on higher level. For now, we're just gonna see ANBU stand in the same choke for ages.
They actually tried to get the teleport up this time, so unfortunately that didn't work out. But Lava makes it work with killing the Widowmaker actually on the side, so they do have the advantage now. They need to. So Shadow Dragon moves in. We're at the 60-second mark. They actually still go for the teleporter. They wall it off. They're doing what they need to do. There goes the Riptide. Actually takes down Shadow Moon. They did have a lot of shields up, but Shadow Moon is back in the fight. Idris doing what they can right now to put in the damage. Unfortunately, that doesn't work out. Nefix get a kill, but Idris throws themselves their own life away. Baboska takes down Shadow Drag, and this fight is actually a bit of a brawl, but doesn't really look like there will be much. Both of the sports are holding each other's hands right now. Unfortunately, Copycat now throws out the Valkyrie. Should just pull out the pistol. Doesn't get a chance to do that as well, and 20 seconds are left on the clock.
Yeah, Toku kind of quelled the attack round there. And I think you still have the TP, so you can get an easy touch on if you're quickly. If you allow the Tracers to get 1 or 2 kills right here, it's over. And especially with that boss, okay, doesn't connect on anyone, and now they need to be quickly. The TP is there. Morbrand already down.
And that fight, unfortunately, the teleport didn't work out there. Supercharge being thrown out there. There is a blizzard there, and your Lucio's actually there. Lucio's on the point, just sitting there. Unfortunately, can't do much about that. One goes down as well. Only the Symmetra is holding onto the point. There goes the May as well, but they did at least get a tick off this time.
Yeah, and if we just take a look back, we could see Inris get a lot of damage in. And why that is because, well, the TP got destroyed early on, you said it, like before the first fight. So they took a very long time just standing again still in the choke, and it's honestly infuriating me how long they're taking. Even if they have a full shield, even if they have a one-man advantage, they're still too afraid to push in, even though you have a very good shot at it. And that basically gives Interest so much damage that they can get a second tire almost before that second fight happens. And he's able to mop up so many people as soon as they come through the TP and do so much work on the Junkrat. But ANBU still got a tick, and that's important. Or they rather got 46%, that's very important. Because now they have a chance of actually winning instead of just drawing.
Yeah, and we still do have the 3 minutes, so we will see if this will work out. We've seen Hanamura just being a teleport haven the first point, as we've seen most of the time right now, because both teams do like this Symmetra strat. And we will see how Shadow Dragon and the rest of the crew from ANBU will react this time to the teleporter.
Yeah, Yatrenko, I think that's how you're supposed to say it, is gonna pull out the Sim again. Looking for good to be, it worked last time around. But now Laba is on the Pharah from the beginning, so a lot of spam damage can come through from either the entrance or the exit of the TP. And that can build a very early barrage.
Okay, so we see the shields going up. There is the teleporter down. They're teleporting onto the spot. Lava takes Injus out first thing there. Darthsock goes down as well. So they do have a big advantage there. Lava gets a lot of kills out of this fight. And Baboska goes down as well. A lot of the Sim teleporters are doing work. The Sim turrets are doing a lot of work, but unfortunately not enough to hold on to this, to claim a tick off of this point.
I mean, at this point the Sim is so telegraphed that you can easily read into it and play against it. And you saw there the initial damage from Lava and an immediate turnaround as soon as they saw the Sim TP come out. Just gave an easy fight win for ANBU.
Yeah, and we will see them moving. And once again, they're going for another teleport. And this time they're actually teleporting into another location. It was still sort of telegraphed, but it wasn't still. They did get a surprise moment. Darkstalk is the first victim once again, unfortunately for them. Both Coalescents are going out. Rocket Barrage in the back. Lava Cames too off of that one. We do have a kill on Lava as well, but right now we're at 140 left. We do see them still moving forward. And Murloc and Owain have to kind of get out of there so they can work with the team. Owain is actually on the point trying to claim a tick off of this one, doing as good as they can, but unfortunately it's not enough.
I mean, they still have 1.5 minutes, and now they can get the ultimates up. This time around, if you have the TP, you can immediately split up the entire point with Wall, and basically forcing everyone to stay on the side of Shadow Moon. Otherwise, you're not going to get a whole lot of healing. So that can be big, especially combined with the Bongo, because then you're going to need extra healing because there's extra damage. But yeah, it's the telegraph plays. They react to it very good because they know what's coming. It's almost like a Reaper just raving into an enemy team.
They throw the turret up. Unfortunately, there's a Graviton waiting for them. There is the Immortality Field with Blizzard onto the point, so maybe they could get more out of this one. Lava is doing a lot of damage there. Unfortunately, it's not really working out in their favor. Nevix takes down Baboska. Lava takes down Indris. This could be really their chance as they're evening up the odds right now. Lava gets taken down out of this fight, so the damage is almost gone out of this one. Darius Murloc is holding onto the point with his teammates. Nefix is there, and unfortunately the May goes down as well. This could be the tick. Lava is once again into the fight. Rocket Barrage unfortunately goes down. The point is ticking against them right now. They do have a Wrecking Ball. Shadow with the Wrecking Ball onto there, spinning around the point, round and round. Hopefully he can hold on to this point, but he's taking a lot of damage and there's no healing to put him out of this one. And Baboska takes him down. We do have now the Moira onto the point. Shadow Moon is there, gets taken down as well. There's Darth Murlocs now on the Wrecking Ball. We hit the first tick. No one can touch. There is the Tracer tries to touch, gets blown up instantly. Copycat jumps in there, gets taken out, and Tail Quale win the grand final with this one.
It was a long one. It was a dragged out one, but eventually they're gonna take both Hanamura and Junkertown. So props to them.
Definitely props to them, I would say. And we do see the Hanzo play. That was the nice graph. They did have the graph drag and they pulled out quite nicely. And there it is, and a lot of damage there. So let's go, before we head out, who would you name the MVP in this matchup?
In this matchup?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go with one of the supports from Tilkwell. And that's probably because they kept Baboska alive for so long, even though he was, well, going for aggressive charges, I should say. That's the most nice thing I can say about it.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and so I would actually say, yeah, Wayne was quite nicely there to hold through this whole thing. And do you have anything you want to plug before we go?
No, I think the Twitter handles and stuff were already on screen, so not really. Give your congratulations to Owain for playing very well, and the rest of the team also. And I think that's going to be it for us for this week, for the Bronze to Diamond tournaments. Congrats to Tilquill. Goodbye.
Congrats. Thank you. And thank you for Toadette, Slayer, being here. Toadette, of course, producing this whole stream. Slayer for being our ref for this grand final and refing another match. Otherwise, you viewers for watching and the players for playing this matchup to give us this entertainment. And otherwise, goodbye and good night.